The Red Dirt D&D podcast is brought to you by Pro Laser Cuts. The Oklahoma company provides pre-made and customizable design laser cut dice towers, tokens, and more, developed by a gamer for gamers, and now available to enhance your tabletop game. Pro Laser Cuts products can be found at many Oklahoma City area game stores, local events, and now available online at prolasercuts.com. That's laser and cuts with a Z, Pro Laser Cuts. And by SD Way Gaming, where dice goblins unite. Our friends at SD Way Gaming celebrate the beautiful dice players handpick for their games and splendor. SD Way Gaming has expanded to include many tabletop gaming varieties, accessories, and similar fun necessities to include a service for your dice addiction. You can shop for a variety of products at sdwaygaming.com or find SD Way Gaming on Facebook. Welcome to Red Dirt D&D. I'm Michael Cross, and I play Blackjack, a jackalope folk warlock.
I'm Connor Shenold. I play Jaska, a coyote ranger.
I'm Johnny Payne, and I play Krell, a dragonborn monk.
I'm Kimberly Cross, and I play Beatrix, a swashbuckling rogue.
I'm Gary Hester, and I play Billy, a possum fighter.
I'm Brooke Bullock, playing Ziansi, a Spiderkin cleric.
And I'm Aiden Cross as your Dungeon Master. Join us now for Tales from the Wilds. The sounds of chaos come from the Carnival of Luck and Fortune as a mere sleepwalker, the writer and director of A Midsummer Night's Dream, has suddenly caused everyone to go crazy, with jagged crowns appearing on their head, causing everyone to go into a panic, start fighting each other across the carnival. Our heroes are hearing these sounds of fighting and various other things that sound like chaos, and also a goat, as they are trying to stop some of their newfound friends from hurting each other. We'll roll back to the top with Blackjack.
All right, I'm going to pull out my daggers.
All right.
Realizing that we've just got to knock them unconscious. I'm going to run up here.
Those were Agnalia and Peanut.
Agnalia, Peanut, I'm really sorry about this. And I'm going to hit each one of them with daggers.
And this is non-lethally, right?
Yeah, yeah. So the first one is going to be 15.
That'll hit.
7 points.
As you knock out Agnalia unconscious.
Sorry about that, Agnalia. And then my second one against Peanut. It's going to be a 23.
That'll hit.
This does not get bonus because offhand, so 3.
Peanut grabs his head just a little bit as he is still up.
Pass turn.
Billy.
Hey, Jaska, do you have a plan? I really don't want to fight these regular people.
Well, with that bleating call, I was gonna try to gather them up and do some web action. I think that'll contain them.
Okay, is there anything I could do to help?
Just kind of make sure that they stay in that circle where the goat sound is coming from.
I have no idea how to do that. Hey, Corby, how you doing under there, bud?
I'm fine. I think I almost got this knot.
Mudman, keep helping. Here's what we're gonna do. Billy wants to take his action to finish tying Vera and Tess. I'm gonna send Mudman his full dash action, like straight up, and see if he can spot the guy.
Perception check from Mudman.
17.
Hey, that's not bad. I'd say you see moving outside of where the carnival radius is, appears to be a figure, almost sort of floating in the air, which is very suspicious as this wind is suspending him as he appears to land on a building and appears to be hiding out there.
Ziansi's up here too, so can Mudman point
No, yeah, Mudman
Ziansi
points,
to look?
and then Ziansi, you can see the figure of Amir as you're very high up tall. You kind of have to look up just a little bit to get above some of the higher buildings around here, but you do see him basically kind of ducking down in a building and sort of hiding out as he has a crown over his head too.
And then do you want me to do a sleight of hand for these ropes, or are you just gonna let me tie them up?
I'm just gonna let you tie him up.
Okay, good.
It's not a big deal.
I do have a +3 sleight of hand.
Beatrix.
She has to use her movement.
So you're looking for this goat call.
Where's the goat?
Is it an investigation or perception check?
I think you do like an investigation
Yeah,
check
give me an investigation check
to,
against your spell save DC.
because it says once it examines the sound.
Oh, 18.
That saves.
So unfortunately, that is your full turn as you're looking for this goat.
Am I over it?
Yeah, you're over it now. but that's the end of your turn.
Yeah.
So, Krell.
I believe it will take me 50 movements to go over there.
Perfect.
I do not know who that individual is, nor do I care. I am slapping them as hard as I can.
It's one of the extras in the play. I don't know which one.
24.
That'll hit.
It's this unarmed strike. 8 points of damage.
Knock that person unconscious.
I'm going to rear my hand back again and come down hard right in the center of their face while they're laying flat on their back and gracefully swipe my fingertips from forehead to chin as I heal them for 1d8 plus 2.
Okay. As I will say, as they fall unconscious, the crown does fade from their head.
So for 3 points.
Great, they're almost back up to the full. As they kind of lay on the ground. What is happening?
You will be fine. Stand up and go home.
Okay. So their turn. They're gonna go look at this goat.
Do they get an opportunity attack from me with my dagger?
Technically, yes, yeah.
It's only 13.
That'll hit. They're commoners.
Commoner. 8 points.
As Peanut's walking away, you knock him over the back of the head, and he just falls down.
Then you give me an investigation check.
Okay. That's a natural 20, actually, for one of them. And a 4 for the other. So the other one goes, there's no goat here. They're gonna repeat their wisdom saves. They actually save against it, so they're actually no longer, they go, what? There's no goat? What was I, what? Then the other person who still doesn't know where the goat call is coming from got a natural 20. Oh my goodness. As the crown fades from their head as well. As you guys are out of initiative at this point. There are still people fighting. You see some people knocked on the ground, but unfortunately, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it unless you wanted to try to save literally everybody here.
They can't really do much damage.
Yeah, so what are you all doing?
Blackjack, Jaska, that building, so many feet away. Presumably inside 500 feet since it was probably Dimension Door.
I'm gonna say with your Arcana check, Blackjack, from earlier, you know that normally the Crown of Madness is a concentration that lasts for only about a minute.
He was just creating a diversion.
Yes.
So I'm not that far from the entrance into the amphitheater, right?
Yeah.
Can I go out and...
Are you gonna try to sharpshooter him?
Yeah.
He's only like 600 feet away, so yeah, you can
The
probably
range
do
is
that.
600.
Yeah.
Will you let me?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me an acrobatics check to get on top of the building first, because unfortunately where the elevation you are right now, you cannot see him.
19?
Now he gets on top of the building, yeah.
Okay. I get up there and make sure I'm in a good, steady position.
Okay.
Oh, hey, Zianzi.
He's right over there.
Pull my bow back, aim down the sight.
Advantage, by the way, because he does not see you doing this.
Okay. So the first one, it's sharpshooter, so it's a -5, so it'd be a 25.
That'll hit. Roll damage.
23.
Ow.
Yeah.
Okay, second attack before he does anything back.
16.
16 will hit.
Max damage for 25.
Zianzi and Jaska, give me a perception check.
13.
12.
First off, you all see the crowns drop. All of them are gone. It was enough chaos to cause destruction. Few people are knocked down. You don't know if they're dead or not. But it was definitely very chaotic there for about 30 seconds, yeah. I'd say everyone across the carnival was affected. You all see Amir drop down, not onto the floor, but onto the roof, almost fall. And you see almost this wind that appears to be swirling around him, just appears to move away from him as he appears to fall on the ground, almost as dazed.
I'll call down. I think I got him. He's on that other roof over there.
So you all gather back up and head over to where Amir is to find him already off the roof, and a number of guards appear to be putting manacles on him, almost like they got to him first. You do notice his blue eyes have shifted to green.
Oh man, he's an innocent man again.
Oh no, it's not him.
As he appears to be shocked at what's going on as he's getting arrested. He says, "Why are you arresting me? What have I done?"
I'm here. Okay, we're gonna have to go before a magistrate on this, but apparently you've been possessed by something known as the showrunner.
I'm the showrunner. I was running a show.
Not
Okay,
helping
so-
your case, my guy.
You were running a show, but you were not the villain whose alias is the showrunner.
The guard looks at Amir and says, "Sir, you have the right to remain silent."
Listen, Amir, they're gonna have to take you in because you've done some things, but I think that you are being possessed by someone else. We will stand and help you to defend yourself.
Oh, you just need to zone of truth.
But he's got to go to a magistrate. These people are here just to take him. So you're going to probably spend the night in jail.
What?
It's not that bad.
You do realize where they put you, right? They put you in the dungeon.
Yeah, but think about the experience you'll have and inspiration for your next show.
The guard walks off with him
You'll be okay.
towards the tree. What would you guys like to do?
Well, that was certainly a night.
Ziansi,
Yeah.
Jaska, when you saw this thing leave, Amir, did you see where it went?
It was like a whole bunch of wind.
Yeah, like a whirlwind. It's very fey, very Aladdin-esque in a way, kind of very whirlwindy of leaves and stuff.
It basically dissipated into the wind.
Hey, did anybody else find it strange that Lord Oberon was heavily promised to be at this production and wasn't there when it was set to start?
He wasn't going to be there. He was going to be there at the speech, but he was not going to be at the play.
I feel like they told us at least more than once that he was going to come watch.
No, actually, I clarified it. I clarified it earlier today that.
Yeah, it was the fact that he showed up on the second night and the third, and you thought he was gonna show up on the third night, but that was not true.
But I do think that's the next place we need to go. We're going to go to the palace.
Well, we should head back to Marquis Luzuli's manor and get some rest. Hopefully, Oberon's ball won't be too much further away.
And if that was the showrunner, I'm very troubled by the fact that he seems to be able to just not only disguise himself, but now pop in and out of people's bodies.
Anyone can give me an Arcana check. Black check with advantage.
It's only an 8.
Got a 17.
Modified 19 for Zion.
16.
He was very clearly charmed.
Yeah, this is not the showrunner.
Yeah, you could assume maybe he was charmed by the showrunner or of Nalia. You're not too sure which one. Could have been either, but you're not completely sure.
I'm going to go back into the amphitheater and find Corby and Vera and Taz.
Yeah, about this time, the two of them are coming back to consciousness.
Hey, good news and bad news. Bad news, you're gonna have a headache for a little bit. Good news, you didn't hurt anybody.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so Corby and Taz, this is gonna sound really weird. I've never given you a reason to not trust me. It's in your best interest that you go stay with Miss Vera for a few days. I think you'll be safer there than wherever you've been staying.
A persuasion check at advantage still. They have no reason not to trust you.
12.
Taz begrudgingly agrees. He's still not 100% let's go stay with Vera, but he is going.
Hey, Corby, why don't you untie Miss Vera and I'm gonna talk to Taz. And I would like to step out of Corby earshot and say, okay, listen, I have extra bad news for you, Mr. Taz, and you're an older brother. And I don't have any brothers, but I like to imagine that this is what another older brother would do. So I have met your brother. Remember you telling Mr. Ziansi about your brother Zarbi? Good news, Zarbi is not dead. I have met Zarbi. Bad news, Zarbi has fell in with a questionable crowd, it seems, and is not doing very good big brother things out in the world. Now, I don't know if he knows or really cares that you're here, but just in case he does, I think it would be nice for you to be somewhere he doesn't expect you to be, like Miss Vera's house. She has some people that keep an eye on her house for us because she is our friend, and they keep her safe, and they would keep you safe too. But I don't think that Corby probably is. He's a little kid, but you're a big brother, so you should know.
Around this point, you see tears.
I know it's a lot to take in, and it's really scary, but maybe he just has been misled and manipulated by some bad people. But I can't work to try to help Zarbi if I'm worried that you and Corby aren't safe, because I care about you.
He goes on to say, my brother would never do anything to hurt anybody. He was arrogant, but he was kind.
I get that. Like I said, I'm pretty sure, listen, the person that I think he's fallen in with is known for mental manipulation. That's kind of her shtick. So it could be very possible that this isn't Zarbi and that he's being manipulated by the evil person. And if I'm being honest, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have extra eyes on Miss Vera. She's having a hard time.
Give me your persuasion check at advantage.
Oh, this one's an 18, and that was a 19, so an 18.
He says, all right, if you say so, I guess we will stay with Vera.
And maybe Ziansi sees the tears or the emotions, so he slips over and
Says, did you tell him?
Yeah, but
Okay.
we're in a really precarious spot right now.
gotcha.
Okay.
So Taz, probably did Billy tell you the idea that maybe your brother's being manipulated?
Yes.
So we want to try to help. Can you think of any places, secret places, that Zarbi might have liked to hang out or that were special to him?
Not really. I know he would, not be home sometimes, but I'm not too sure where he scampered off to. For all things, he really kept to himself, even though he was my brother.
I understand.
Follow-up weird question. You don't happen to have a personal belonging of his?
My family, my brother and my mother and father were lost in a fire, so almost all of everything burned except for this. And he pulls out a locket from what looks like maybe a few years back. It appears to be an image of a family of kobolds. Motherly kobold appears to be holding a small Corby, you can assume. Fatherly kobold standing next to her, while two other kobolds smaller stand by each other. One appears to be smiling at the camera awkwardly, while the other one, a white kobold, appears to be doing some form of lightning magic in the photo, showing off. Says, this is really all my family had left.
We'll make sure that it stays safe and gets back to you. But I think it would help us reach out to Zarby and say, look, your family, Corby and Taz need you. And maybe that would help get through to him.
If you can try, I'd appreciate it.
I appreciate you. And if you need anything, you can find us. Or if you find a bunny boy, ask for Tobin, and he'll make sure we get the message.
You have that conversation. Eventually they do go back to Vera's house. As you head back to Razuli's mansion, and as you enter, you are greeted by the form of an orange cat.
Greetings and salutations, my friends. I'm Michael Cross, and welcome to the mid-show break. We're so excited to have you as a fan of Red Dirt D&D. While I've got your attention, why not make sure to rate us and leave a review wherever you're getting our podcasts. This allows other people searching for an actual play show to find us. Also, maybe consider becoming a Patreon member. You get our episodes 4 days early, access to our Discord server, bonus content, and full versions of our roundtable discussions. You'll also be joining other fans like Tim A., Tina McBride, James Carpenter, and Justin Britt. Sign up at patreon.com/reddirtdnd. Another way to support us is by getting your very own Red Dirt merchandise. You can find things like hats, hoodies, mugs, and t-shirts. Just click on the merch tab at reddirtdnd.com or reddirtrpg.com. The money we raise helps us pay for things like music and sound effects you hear on the show, as well as money to go to events and make new fans. If you are a game master or a player and want to improve your tabletop role-playing experience, you need to listen to Level Up Your Gaming podcast. When you get done with this episode, you should check them out.
Hey, Game Masters.
Are you sick of cliche stories that leave your players falling asleep?
Do you suffer from low engagement at your gaming table?
Do you struggle with creating interesting plots and engaging NPCs?
Do your players laugh at your tiny dice rolls?
Well, we can't help you with that one. But we can help you level up your gaming. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Josh.
We discuss the topics that matter the most when you're being a GM.
Be that better map design, telling gripping mysteries, or just not killing off your players in an adversarial way. I mean, yeah.
Join us at Level Up Your Gaming, a tabletop RPG podcast, every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere you get your podcasts.
We are so excited to announce a new show to our growing list of titles on Red Dirt RPG. Wayfinder Legends is our newest podcast using the Pathfinder system and still including music and sound effects like a classic radio show. You can find Wayfinder Legends on Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you're looking for more content from Red Dirt RPG, make sure to check out our YouTube page with Mysteries of Beatrix live every Wednesday. Keys from the Golden Vault from the Red Dirt Outlaws dropping every Tuesday at noon, and Plausible Deniability every other Thursday. So come check it out at youtube.com/@RedDirtRPG or search for Red Dirt RPG on YouTube. We would love to hear from you. Find us on social media at Red Dirt RPG on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. You can also get in touch with us through our website at reddirtrpg.com. All right, I think that's everything I need to tell you. Right now, let's head back to Red Dirt D&D.
Pumpkin appears to be back to his normal hue of orange. As he has awoken from his slumber, he looks at you all and says, there's something I have to tell you all.
Pumpkin, well, first off, how are you feeling?
Much better.
Excellent, you look much better.
Thanks. I think I'm got a little bit of, and you see him kind of think for a second, and you see him teleport a little bit. I meant to teleport over there, but...
Yeah, that was pretty shaky. You kind of shimmered and then be careful with that. Don't overdo it.
Yeah, I'm trying not to.
Oh, Pumpkin, this is our friend Krell. Krell, this is Pumpkin.
Yes.
You are a talking cat.
He also talks in your brain.
He does technically talk in your brain, yes. He's been talking in your brain this whole time.
Indeed.
You see him kind of look confused. Where's Twitch?
Twitch didn't make it, bud.
Oh.
As we were rescuing you, we were fighting Xantriox, who had, of course, become the death tyrant. Unfortunately, we lost Twitch. I died as well, but I got better.
That makes me feel worse. You see a few tears out of his eyes.
It was really quite miraculous, and to be honest, it seemed like Twitch was ready to move on.
Well, at least there's that. So, as you all know, whenever we got teleported, we got separated. I teleported into the city.
That's convenient.
I spent some time in the city. I saw very strange things at night, including this nightmarish horse and its rider.
They're dead.
That's good. At least we got that figured out. Sorry, I'm still trying to catch up on what's been happening. All I really saw was glimpses of you guys saving me, and that was it.
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of sleeping.
Those cats you tried to tell didn't really like you all.
I tried to get that gang of cats to join me in the fight, but they refused. I eventually tracked it down to the sewers, and I was going to attempt to find people to help fight it off, but I was captured by the rider and given to Xantriox. Xantriox and someone by the name of the showrunner were working together, and apparently they've been looking for me for quite a while. The showrunner said something about, and this is where it gets really weird. He said something that I was the key they needed to unlock some sort of ancient power beneath the city.
That's really interesting, because you're just a cat, so I don't know how you're supposed to release the dragon. But
it was something to do with the last wish I had.
Oh.
I don't have it anymore.
Right, because you used that on us.
No. I used some of the magic on you. I still had some left over, though. Whatever was left is no longer with me.
They sucked him dry, remember?
I do remember that. And actually, I think that maybe, is there some way we can get your magic back to you?
I mean, it's slowly coming back, but I don't think the extent of those wishes are coming back.
Not a wish of any kind.
But we could take it away from them.
Yeah, they might have it stored or bottled or contained or something like that, and they could use it as an energy source, in which case they could then release the death dude in the tree.
It's a dragon.
Right.
But I think it was something, one time whenever the showrunner was around, he said he needed to go back to the caverns and make sure everything's all right.
I told you we should have rescued those miners in the mine!
So, you're saying that we should go check out this mine?
Maybe. I think that's the best lead we have.
All right. Listen, I say we all get some rest.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, we'll go rescue those miners.
Yeah!
Just to making sure, so I'm clear. They took Pumpkin.
Yep.
And they pulled out the last wish spell out of him, and they're holding it to possibly release the dragon that's in the tree. We don't know.
Yeah, you don't know that specifically. That's your prediction. The showrunner would say that I was the key they needed to unlock an ancient power beneath the city. Something that could be used to conquer the multiverse and bend its laws to his lady's will.
That doesn't sound good at all.
And it does not sound like the dragon. I left that out, I'm sorry.
So it's something even worse.
Yes. Beneath the city, but not beneath the tree.
Okay, and we could find them possibly in the mine.
Yes.
Because there was a cavern. He used the word cavern.
All right.
And that's the only cavern we've heard of.
As you were saying just a second ago, Blackjack, remember when it says, to his lady's will?
Right.
So, is that sounds bigger than Ignalia, even though Ignalia was his lady.
Well, let's everyone get some sleep and we'll go to the mines in the morning.
Anybody else want to do any discussions?
Just as we go to sleep, Billy fills Pumpkin in on Bleakburn and everything that's happened in the city the last few days since he got rescued, the battle, the carnival, everything we know about Zarby, etc., showrunner, etc.
That sounds chaotic. Are you guys okay?
No, we need you.
Hey, Creel, you feeling a bit tired at all? Or are you still kind of up?
I still have energy.
Still kind of worked up over that fight? How about I take you up on that sparring offer?
Let's go outside so we do not break anything.
Very well. We'll go out into probably the courtyard. Jaska gets herself prepared. I don't know if I'll be any good at this, but I'm sure you can show me the ropes.
To the blood or beyond?
Let's do to the blood. That sounds all right.
You two roll me initiative.
Okay.
Okay, who got what?
9. I mean 10. 10.
He got a 10, I got a 9.
I won.
All right. Krell, you're going first.
All right, coming in with this open hand swing.
Okay.
28.
That'll hit.
Fantastic. 10 points of damage.
As a punch hits you.
The second one is only a 12.
12 misses.
Okay, and then my 24.
That hits.
So the damage on that is 17. And the other Fist of Fury is 29.
That hits.
12 points of damage. And then Krell takes one step back, pulls the white strands of cloth out of his belt and starts wrapping his hand.
So Jaska takes these hits, a little surprised, but she did say to blood, so.
You are bleeding. The fight was over. You fought honorably.
Well, at least give me a little bit of a shot before you entirely rule me out.
Are you sure? And starts pulling out the second strand of wraps.
So here's the thing, my unarmed strike, abysmal.
I mean, I don't think he ever specified it had to be an unarmed.
I said spar.
Spar. So sparring could include shooting some arrows, yeah.
I'm hitting you with necrotic damage.
Yeah,
I'm concentrating and focusing on hitting you with necrotic damage.
He's not holding back.
Hit me with your best
and
shot.
He did say
if you want to,
he did step back. So
if you would like to take some steps back and use your bow and arrow, I would welcome that.
I'll do an insight on his thing, because she really doesn't have very much know about monks.
You give me an insider history check.
17.
I'd say you would know that just judging by the fact of how fast he moves and everything, he might be able to actually catch your arrow.
Okay.
Maybe even throw it back at you.
Yeah. So she kind of narrows her eyes at the suggestion and, well, all right, we'll see what I can do. And she pulls out one of her short swords.
All right.
And
it's a melee ranger going.
Tries to swing at him. That's a natural 20 for a 27.
That'll hit.
Yes.
8 damage.
All right, second attack.
And she is actually going to whistle.
As Mistletoe rolls out from the building.
Instead of giving you any damage, the Mistletoe will uncoil a little bit and start to wrap around her body, giving her just a little bit of a boost to her armor. So essentially I get half cover, so it's like a +2 to my AC. Yep. And then she takes her second swing for a 16 for 9.
All right, anything else, Jaska? As you now have tumbleweed armor.
And she will, we never really clarified this because it doesn't really come up all that much. Yeah. For my Misty Step, do I have to actually be grabbing onto the bow?
No.
Okay, so she is actually going to put a little bit more distance between them.
So you're teleporting 30 feet back and then moving back more?
Yeah.
So about 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I negate my Misty Step action to cast Hunter's Mark on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Really quickly, Ziansi wants to do something.
So Ziansi's at the window, eyes closed, kind of, doing some prayers and stuff, and hears Jaska's whistle, and opens up his eyes and looks down the courtyard, and sees what's obviously going on, and it's like, wow! And dashes out of his room, down the hallway, and busts into Beatrix's room. And with lots of excitement says, Jaska's fighting Krell! Come on! And busts out of the room and scrambles back.
Blackjack and Billy, maybe perception checks?
1, I'm dead.
13.
You hear stuff, but you're still kind of asleep a little bit. You hear what you think is Yancey's voice.
Yancey, go to bed.
Yancey, go to bed.
As we'll cut back to Krell, as you've been stabbed a few times.
He looks down at the blood, wipes his hand across the wound, rubs it together on his fingertips, and does the thing where he doesn't lift his head up, he just lifts his eyes up. And just fewer steps than you think it would take, he's back on you again with a pow pow. Goes up to you and just lightly touches you. You feel a cool breeze rush over you as you heal 16 points of damage. And then right before his turn ends, he knocks against the new armor around your torso, takes a step back, and begins to unwind the hand wraps.
Jaska, what are you doing?
Even though now he's healed her, he's given her some good hits. So she pauses for a moment and thinks for a second. That was mighty kind of you. I think I'll return the favor. And she'll step forward and touch your shoulder for cure wounds for 12 points of healing. Now, think you can go a little bit longer?
I have a little bit more in me.
Let's do one more round. We can call it for a night.
Deonce and Beatrix, what are you guys doing?
Have we gotten out there?
Yeah, I'd say you can get there, and you can see this sort of situation happening as they appear to have almost stopped for just a second, and you didn't really hear the conversation that they just had because you just got out here, but it looks like they're probably readying for another round.
Deonce, thanks for waking me up and bringing me out here. I would hated to have missed the sparring.
It's gonna be great.
It's so much fun to watch the sparring.
Jaska's gonna crush him.
As the two of them charge back at each other, the night goes on as everyone drifts off and has a very good night's sleep.
Red Dirt D&D Tales from the Wilds is Aidan Cross as our Dungeon Master, Kiri Hester as Billy, Connor Shenold as Jaska, Johnny Payne as Krell, Kim Cross as Beatrix, Brooke Bullock as Deonce, and I'm Michael Cross as Blackjack. Our theme music was created by the cinemagician P.J. Castillo. Our incidental music comes from Jeffrey McBride. Our sound effects and additional music courtesy of Monument Studios, Avani Sound, and TabletopAudio.com. Dice for the Red Dirt D&D cast provided by SD Way Gaming. You can find us at reddirtdnd.com. If you're enjoying Red Dirt D&D, make sure to subscribe, rate us, and leave a comment. Also, tell your friends about Red Dirt D&D. You can also support the show at patreon.com/reddirtdnd at whatever giving level works best for you. Join us next time as we travel farther into the wilds.
Perception check from Mudman.
Yeah, I know.
We should really level up, Mugman.
He's been working so hard, but I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth. I already have Mudman. I don't want to ask for Mudman. It seems a little needy.
18.
That saves.
You notice that there is no goat, but that's your turn.
Just see a note.
There's no goat.
There is no goat.
There is no goat.
These are not the goats you're looking for.
These are not-
So their turn. They're gonna go look at this goat. Ooh, goat. I want to see a goat.
Who brings a goat to a carnival?
10, 15.
16.
16 will hit.
Max damage for 25.
Shoot him in the knee, it won't be lethal.
Should have been that from 600 feet away. I'm aiming for his knee.
Apparently, you've been possessed by something known as the showrunner.
I'm the showrunner. I was running a show.
Not helping your case, my guy.
You were running a show, but you were not the villain whose alias is the showrunner.
That's a stupid name.
I agree. Honestly, this is what happens when people nickname themselves.
It seems more like a joke that went a little too far.
No, Jaska. Jokes are funny.
You're right.
The guard looks at Amir and says, "Sir, you have the right to remain silent."
Well, they have Miranda rights in Fantasyland. I love that for them.
You do realize where they put you, right? They put you in the dungeon.
Yeah, but think about the experience you'll have and inspiration for your next show.
Maybe pull from real life experience instead of somebody else's work.
You write a story about a man who's been wrongly accused, and put in jail, and he bides his time and enacts revenge later.
Okay.
I think a good name for it would be Les Mis.
I was thinking about the Count of Monte Cristo.
Just say you got arrested for stealing some bread.
And you see the guard walks off with him.
Can you think of any places, secret places, that Zarby might have liked to hang out, or that were special to him? Styles of music, or like bookstores, or anything like that he really enjoyed hanging out at?
No
Late
particular
night cravings.
type of music.
He was at the grunge bar all the time, man.
He was really into ska.
I wasn't gonna judge, you know?
Or if you find a bunny boy, ask for Tobin, and he'll make sure we get the message.
Tobin, who is walking around the carnival, he has a scratch on his hand, and as soon as everybody gets the crown of madness, he just gets beat up on.
I tip him well, he's fine. Twitch didn't make it, bud.
Oh.
When we were rescuing you, actually,
It is your fault.
No, that's not. Oh, man.
That's a mean thing to say.
Honesty is mean in this world. I understand.
And to be honest, it seemed like Twitch was ready to move on.
Well, at least there's that.
Well, don't think of it so much as losing rat folk as gaining whatever that is.
He's a dragonborn. Be nice. You guys are all mean to each other.
I think the first person you need to aspire is Blackjack.
Let's go. I've been working out.
Whatever was left is no longer with me.
They sucked him dry, remember?
I'm not saying a word.
Do you want to leave that as it is, or do you want to try it again?
No, keep it in. Commit. Campaign 2.
He said he needed to go back to the caverns and make sure everything's all right.
I told you we should have rescued those miners in the mine.
Hey, there's supposed to be some miners who were strapped in a mine.
You know, I have a feeling that quest mark was kind of locked behind a character important to this quest is doing this other quest.
It's like taking the secret door in the village of Hamlet. You can go all the way down there if you want to, but it's going to be bad news.
So you're telling me there's an elevator in Hamlet where you can just go all the way down and avoid that first hallway?
There is.
The first hallway is a make or break of any venturing party.
Yeah, but there is. You
It
can
just
take
drops
that,
all the way down
You
to-
can take that secret door, and it goes all the way down to Jubilex, maybe, because we did it in my old school adventuring
Hamlet's
group.
like a 1E adventure, by the way.
Yeah, Temple of Illuminator.
I say we all get some rest.
Yeah.
Early in the morning, we'll go rescue those miners.
Yeah.
The children, not the workers, right?
Correct. This is not a Temple of Doom situation with miners.
That sounds bigger than Ignalia, even though Ignalia was his lady. Excuse me. Sorry. Grandma Spider, bless you.
Oh no, Blackjack's gone.
It turned into a key.
That's right.
Crow says, now that he's gone, little bee.
Okay, and then my 24.
That hits.
Because Hawa is okay. Hiya is not. Hawa is.
Fa-fwa. Everybody, come on.
Oh, okay.
Fa-fwa. Okay, so...
It's like one of those Batman cartoons.
It is.
And with lots of excitement, it says,
Jaska's fighting Grell. Come on, come on, come on.
Neo's fighting Morpheus.
exactly. That's exactly the scene I was going for.
I want chicken, I want liver, meow mix, please deliver.
Excellent. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Now you're in the outtakes.
Now you're in the outtakes.
Now we're all in the outtakes.